Hey everyone, welcome to the Single Needle Machine Embroidery for Beginners series. If you're looking to get started but you don't know where to start, then this is the video for you. Now the first thing I'm going to tell you is to select one or two things you for sure want to learn how to stitch on. Some people may say that I'm telling you to niche down, but what I'm really telling you is that there are way too many embroidery techniques or even way too many things that you can learn to stitch on out there for you to learn to stitch on them all at once. Take me for example. When I started, I know for a fact that I just wanted to do polo shirts and button downs. You can decide that you want to start with sweatshirts and patches. Once you have mastered those two things, you can then go on to add more. If you have shiny object syndrome like I do, then this is the best advice for you. After you have picked those two things, write it down. The second thing is you now need to decide what machine and supplies to get based on what you selected first. Now I do want to mention that I do have a guide for beginners that will not only help you in selecting a niche or a machine based on your budget, but it will also list all the essentials you need to get started and provide a full breakdown on how much everything would cost. Now, if you watch my introductory video, I did mention that I was an auditor, so I'm a numbers girl. And I feel like I wouldn't be me if I didn't give a full breakdown on how much everything would cost you. Now, these are all the essentials that you need to get started, and it's all the essentials that you will actually continue to use throughout your journey. Now, the first disclaimer I want to add in this video is that I started with the brother machine, so all my opinions from here on out will be very biased. Now, when choosing an embroidery machine, the best advice is to start with the largest hoop size you can afford. Now, when we're talking about affordability, remember I said I already provided a breakdown on how much everything would cost. So I'm not going to discuss it in this video, but what we are going to discuss are the two main categories that you need to choose from. Now, the two main categories for embroidery machines, specifically for the brother machine, is the sewing and embroidery combo machines and the embroidery-only machines. Now, when I started, I decided that I wanted to learn how to sew as well. So I got the sewing and embroidery combo machine. I still don't know how to sew. That's kind of beyond the point. I now have a machine that if I ever wanted to learn how to sew, I could. Now, under each category, I'm going to provide you with two machines, and each of them are going to be a different standard hoop size, 4x4 or 5x7. Now, you will suffer from analysis paralysis if I provide you with more options, and I want you to start. I don't just want you there sitting trying to decide, should I get this, should I get this, should I get this? Remember, there's absolutely nothing wrong with small beginnings. And if I'm going to be honest with you guys, I've taught students on the 4x4, the 5x7, the 6x10, the SC, the PE, the NQ. There are very few minor differences between them other than, of course, the hoop size. Next, let's actually select a machine based on the category. So let's say, for example, you already have a sewing machine, right? So you're not going to go with the sewing and embroidery combo machines. You'd go with the embroidery-only machines. In the guide, I provided you with two options. You have the PE 545, which is a 4x4 embroidery machine, and then you have the PE 900, which is a 5x7 machine. Now, if I'm being honest, right? If you have it in your budget to get the 5x7 machine and all the essentials, I would honestly say to start there because you won't outgrow it as quickly as you would the 4x4, and you won't be as, how can I say this? You won't be as limited. Nonetheless, you need to select whether you're going to go with a 4x4 or a 5x7 machine based not just on your budget, but what you said you wanted to learn how to stitch first. Luckily for everyone who buys my guide, you can provide your order number and send me a message to say, hey, these are the two things that I want to learn to stitch on. Which machine from the guide do you think would be best to go with? So once you have those two things in mind, once you've settled on a machine that you want to get, and once you've said, okay, yeah, these are all the essentials, then you're way better, or you have a way better start than a lot of other people, right? Now, I'm not going to list all the essentials in this video simply because I've already provided them in the guide. Something I can mention is that, let's say the guide does mention the thread, the stabilizers, and all of that, right? But if you choose to go with a sewing and embroidery combo machine, the bobbin weight is going to be different than if you go with an embroidery only machine. And I want you to buy the right supplies because I know what it's like to try to learn with the wrong ones. So I'm not going to list them out in the video. They're already in the guide. You can click, be taken right there, and buy the essential supplies specifically for the machine that you plan on getting. Now I'm going to end this video right here. I'm going to label it as part 1, and then part 2 would be on what you need to do when everything has been delivered to you, where you need to start. Thank you guys so much for watching, and remember to subscribe, comment, like, and share if you found this video helpful.